4G Dave here, and I'm back with the next episode in our Founding Fathers series from 4G Media. Now here's a name that echoes through every civics class and courtroom in America, Thomas Jefferson. You want to talk about legacy? Let's talk about a man who didn't just sign the Declaration of Independence. No, folks, he wrote it. When the Continental Congress sat down to draft a declaration, they didn't hand the pen to just anyone. They gave it to a 33-year-old Virginian who preferred books over bluster and would rather sharpen an idea than a sword. That man was Thomas Jefferson, and what he wrote in 1776 would ignite a revolution and reshape the world. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Sound familiar? That was Jefferson channeling centuries of political thought and boiling it down into words that echo loudly nearly 250 years later. Jefferson's pen moved, and tyrants recoiled, and most importantly, America was born. But Jefferson wasn't a Lone Ranger genius. He had a complex friendship and rivalry with John Adams. Adams, the firebrand, Jefferson, the philosopher. They clashed, they competed, they even stopped speaking for a while. But in the end, they reconciled. And would you believe that they died on the same day, July 4th, 1826, 50 years to the day after the Declaration was adopted? That's Providence, folks. Jefferson's fingerprints are all over American liberty. The idea that government exists to serve the people, not the other way around, that's Jefferson. He was the architect of American individualism, a man who believed the best government is the one that governs least. And when it came to political office, Jefferson stepped up. He served as the first Secretary of State under George Washington, then Vice President under John Adams, before finally becoming the third President of the United States. But here's something that might shock modern voters. Jefferson never ran for president. Back then, candidates didn't campaign. It was considered undignified. Jefferson accepted his nomination quietly, while party loyalists worked behind the scenes to persuade electors. The whole thing was decided in a maze of state-by-state delegate votes that makes today's primaries look like a high school pep rally. Even his victory in the year 1800, called the Revolution of 1800, wasn't a cakewalk. It ended in a tie with Aaron Burr, which had to be broken in the House of Representatives after 36 rounds of voting. Jefferson wasn't perfect. Like many of his time, he was trapped in contradictions, preaching liberty while owning slaves, and making love to one too. But he also lit a fuse for freedom that no tyranny has been able to snuff out. His words were so powerful, even his own era couldn't fully live up to them. But they endure, they challenge, and they call each generation to a higher standard. Jefferson once said, "The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants." He meant that freedom is not free, and it's never final. So next time you see the stars and stripes fluttering in the wind, remember the man who put pen to parchment and gave America its voice. This has been 4G Dave, saluting Thomas Jefferson, the quill and the brain behind the revolution.